It's about time that you do something on your own.
But I lack direction and I lack focus.
I was very inconsistent, so I didn't have a schedule. I wasn't really talking to nobody, getting out there. So I was making a few sales.
What made me take that step was that I really wanted something for myself.
I don't know how to market myself properly.
And that was a good thing for me because I have a million things in my head at once, and and I can't get it together. I be trying to do everything but getting nothing done.
I wasn't taking it serious, and I didn't know how to put that blueprint out there.
I learned how to talk to clients.
Your vision for the program, and then and I was like, this is something that I can benefit from. This is something a lot of people could benefit from. So
I started doing what you said and implementing you got like the daily routine.
My confidence level is definitely kind of, shooting through the roof. I'm like, hold on.
The one-on-one coaching section was really an awesome one, which I will never forget. Coach Nick is doing an awesome work. He follows everybody, as if everybody is important, very, very important.
I had people reaching out to me from, like that I didn't even know knew.
I got a target audience I really want to work with, and I got clients who were paying me on a regular basis, consistently every month.
And then I have pending contracts that are out there, and I got a client, and that client turned into 1, 2, 3, 4.
You got people that's ready to set up, do parties with me, and Coach Nick is awesome.
Not to mention, that each coach will help you with marketing and branding and your blueprint.
I'm from Nigeria, and I really benefited from this. I'm making progress.
Program just helped me do that, step out the comfort zone and do things that I know I wouldn't have done.
After relaunching my business, I had an $8,000 launch.
Since our launch, we have made 8 to 10K.
I was able to not only launch I Am Rochelle Cooper, also I was able to leave my full-time job.
I'm actually contracting employees.
Nick has helped us. We are now vacationing.
I made my first 5K launch.
I would say don't hesitate. Like the program is awesome. Trust Coach Nick's process.
Wherever you are, wherever you're watching this video, please do out to subscribe and join this coaching section. You want to launch your business, you want to take your business to the next level, you've been struggling with that big idea that you want to launch, you can actually start up something for yourself.
So trust the process, take the course.
If you just trust it, just trust it and actually go through the steps. But if you follow the process and take each step at a time and do the assignments, you definitely gonna see the results. And the biggest thing
we just finished a one-on-one session. Randy, just tell the people a little bit how you feel, what we accomplished.
All right, so at this point, before the call, I was definitely in limbo. I was explained that to Coach Nick, and in just 30 minutes, I got clarity. I have direction. The fog is clearing up, and I'm almost able to see this light at the end of the road in 30 minutes.
How excited are you for your new journey?
I'm too excited. I am too excited. And I just, like I told you, I just want to save these women. I just want to help these women. I just I'm sorry. I know it's being recorded.
It's all good. It's all good.
Man, and you just cleared that up. And you let me know what I'm really here for, why I'm still here, and why I'm overcoming the way I am. And thank you, Coach Nick.
Of course, you will help these women get their life back. So let's go do it. It's time to put our money where our mouth is. So let's work.
Let's get it. Let's get it.
My name is Smart Talk.
My name, for y'all don't know me, my name is Queen A, and
Hello, everybody. My name is Alton Fuller.
I help individuals moisturize their dry skin with my all natural skincare products and my motivational speeches.
And I provide authentic, made from scratch food experiences that make you feel as good as Grandma's kitchen.
I'm a web developer, a graphic designer.
Actually, I seen one of your ads. I ain't gonna lie. I seen one of your ads on Facebook. So that's how I ended up joining. And
I joined the Passion to Profit program.
It was just one day I just woke up and I was like, you know what? It's about time that you do something on your own.
But I lack direction and I lack focus.
I was very inconsistent, so I didn't have a schedule. I wasn't really talking to nobody, getting out there. So I was making a few sales.
What made me take that step was that I really wanted something for myself.
I don't know how to market myself properly.
You know, and that was a good thing for me because I have a million things in my head at once. And and I can't get it together. I be trying to do everything but getting nothing done.
I wasn't taking it serious, and I didn't know how to put that blueprint out there.
I learned how to talk to clients.
Your vision for the program, and then and I was like, this is something that I can benefit from. This is something a lot of people could benefit from. So
I started doing what you said and implementing you got like the daily routine.
My confidence level is definitely kind of, shooting through the roof. I'm like, hold on.
The one-on-one coaching section was really an awesome one, which I will never forget. Coach Nick is doing an awesome work. He follows everybody, as seeing everybody is important, very, very important.
I had people reaching out to me from, that I didn't even know knew.
I got a target audience I really want to work with. And I got clients who were paying me on a regular basis, consistently every month.
And then I have pending contracts that are out there. And I got a client. And that client turned into 1, 2, 3, 4.
You got people that's ready to set up, do parties with me, and Coach Nick is awesome.
Not to mention, that each coach will help you with marketing and branding and your blueprint.
I'm from Nigeria and I really benefited from this, and I'm making progress.
Program just helped me do that, step out the comfort zone and do things that I know I wouldn't have done.
After relaunching my business, I had an $8,000 launch.
Since our launch, we have made 8 to 10K.
I was able to not only launch I Am Rochelle Cooper, also I was able to leave my full-time job.
I'm actually contracting employees.
Nick has helped us. We are now vacationing.
I made my first 5K launch.
I would say don't hesitate. Like the program is awesome. Trust Coach Nick's process.
Wherever you are, wherever you're watching this video, please do well to subscribe and join this coaching section. You want to launch your business, you want to take your business to the next level, you've been struggling with that big idea that you want to launch, you can actually start up something for yourself.
So trust the process, take the course.
If you just trust it, just trust it and actually go through the steps. But if you follow the process and take each step at a time and do the assignments, you definitely gonna see the results. And the biggest thing
we just finished a one-on-one session. Randy, just tell the people a little bit how you feel, what we accomplished.
All right, so at this point, before the call, I was definitely in limbo. I was explained that to Coach Nick, and in just 30 minutes, I got clarity. I have direction. The fog is clearing up, and I'm almost able to see this light at the end of the road in 30 minutes.
How excited are you for your new journey?
I'm too excited. I am too excited. And I just, like I told you, I just want to save these women. I just want to help these women. I just I'm sorry. I know it's being recorded.
It's all good. It's all good.
Man, and you just cleared that up. And you let me know what I'm really here for, why I'm still here, and why I'm overcoming the way I am. And thank you, Coach Nick.
Of course, you will help these women get their life back. So let's go do it. It's time to put our money where our mouth is. So
Yeah.
Let's work.
Let's get him.
All
Let's get
right,
him.
let's go. Let's get to work. Let's get to work. What's up to my people on the call? What's up on Facebook? What's up on Instagram? We're on TikTok. We're on YouTube. Listen, drop in the chat whether you're in the Zoom room with me. What's up, Regina? Regina is our first person today. Drop in the chat where you're tuning in from and what you do or what topic you speak on and what are you looking to get out of this training. You're in the Speak to Sell training. I'm going to teach you how I turned two tiny talks, two tiny speaking gigs into over $23,000 in sales. And this is not me having a big following, a big audience, or a big stage, and how you can do it too to grow your business. All right, so let me see what we got here. We got Regina from Connecticut. Let's go. We got Sam from Atlanta over on Facebook, YouTube. What's up, Dr. Rucker? Let's go. I've been good. Join us in the webinar room. Listen, tell me, what are you looking to get out of today's call? Because one of the things, we've been doing this training now for the last month, and one of the things that I have realized is that proximity matters, right? Like, proximity matters. You are the sum of the closest 5 people to you. And sometimes we don't even realize that those are the people that are dragging us down. And it's time to expand our network in our circle. So tell me what you're looking to get out of today's call. My name's Coach Nick. I'll introduce myself in a second, but let me just do a little roll call. Is this you? I'm moving too fast. Listen, and then if you stay until the end, I'm going to show you the actual talk that I did, the 1-minute talk that I did that contributed to that $23,000 in sales in 30 days, right? So, but first, I want us to get focused. I want you to turn off the TV, put the kids to bed. Take this time, these next 60 to 90 minutes, to focus on you. Take this time to put your business on the front burner and learn this strategy that you can also implement in your business. All right, before we get started, as a disclaimer, I make no financial guarantees and promises, but what I can show you is the framework that helped me get results, that helped my clients get results, and if you implement, could help you get results as well. So is this you? And drop me a meet in the chat, whether you're watching me on social media or you're in the Zoom room with me. Drop a meet in the chat if any of these are you. Are you a speaker or a thought leader? You already speak on stage and you want to crack the code to landing high-paying clients beyond the stage. Put a me in the chat. Put a me in chat. Put a me in the chat if you are an entrepreneur or a business owner and you want to grow your business and brand through speaking, but you need a playbook on how to do it and how to make more money, right? Maybe we need the playbook. Let me know if you are a coach or a consultant and you help people transform and get results. And now you're ready to charge what you're worth, when really, you can't really charge what you're worth, but you could charge the value, right? Are you ready to charge the value? Put a me in the chat. And put a me in the chat if you are a service provider or an entrepreneur, a product-based entrepreneur, and you have something valuable to sell and you want to take the guesswork out and install a repeatable system in order to sell it. And then, are you a premium-minded professional and you're ready to transition into entrepreneurship and charge premium prices and you're open to the idea of doing so? You just need a roadmap. Put a me in the chat. All right, I got a me, both me. Let's go, let's go. You are in the right room. Now that we talked about who this room is for, let's talk about who this room is not the best for. If you're closed to thinking, if you're closed to a new way of thinking in approaching your business, this will not land for you. If you're just dabbling, right, you're treating your business like a casual side hustle with no intention of scaling it and growing, this isn't quite your moment yet. Or if you're completely brand new to business, I want you to stay, but I want you to be serious about turning your knowledge, your expertise, your skill set into a premium asset. You can stay, but if you're not interested in that, if you're just dabbling, this may not be the right training for you. But I want you to take a moment, if it is the right training for you, to imagine what's possible. Imagine overcoming the fear of selling. How many of you have the fear of selling? And replacing it with confidence in a clear process to get to the next level. Imagine having a thriving business, even in an unstable economy, because, woo, because your pipeline is built on systems and not luck. And imagine projecting your revenue and data and making data-driven decisions, knowing exactly where your next group of leads are coming from and where the next 10 to 20 to 50K in revenue is coming from. Putting me in the chat if you can imagine that in the chat. And imagine walking into any room and knowing you will convert at least 30 to 40% of that room audience for them to raise their hand to learn more about your products and services because they know that they need exactly what you offer. This training is different, y'all. We're not talking about keynoting, and we're not talking about building a massive following first, and we're not talking about needing a huge room. What we are talking about is converting any room that you walk into. What we are talking about is building your business using other people's audiences. Tonight, what we're talking about is selling through relationship building at scale and not just pitching. Now, why am I the person to be telling you about this? All right, who is this man? Harpo, who is this man? My name is Nicholas Marquis, Coach Nick to my clients, and I am a business coach and consultant that helps entrepreneurs launch, grow, and scale their ideas into profitable businesses. My first business that I launched was in 2012. It was an event planning business where I started with a baby shower. I will tell y'all that story in a second. And I started working with big Fortune 500 companies. I'm also a speaker, author, and coach myself. So I turned a 1-minute talk and a 10-minute talk into over $23,000 in revenue in just 30 days. And I'm the CEO and founder of CEO Mentality, where I've built a multiple six-figure business and I've helped over 100 small businesses launch, grow, and scale. So I am not new to this. I am true to this, all right? And I'm ready to help you too. A couple of other notes about me. I was recognized by New York Weekly Magazine as one of the top 10 business coaches to look out for in 2024. And then also, is this it? Oh, these are a couple of brands that me and my team has worked with, everyone from small businesses to large businesses. And let me just skip over to this one. This is Who Wants to Learn From Me Too. Listen, I had to throw this in there. Les Brown really commented on my reel. Mr. Brown, if you're watching, listen, I'm a huge fan and I'm excited to share with you these strategies. All right, so these are a couple of my clients that I want to note. This is Joanna. Joanna is a family lawyer here in Atlanta, and this is what she had to say. I wanted to start my own law firm and took a leap of faith. After working with Nick and his team from day one, we have been able to consistently attract leads, hire, and scale to 7 figures in under 5 years. And we just launched Joanna's nonprofit. Let's give Joanna a hand. Let's give her a hand. Let's see. We also have Shay. Let's go to Shay. When I started working with Shay, she was selling food plates out of her house. And she went from selling meals to family and friends to opening her food truck and then opening her restaurant, which generated over $25,000 per month in revenue. Y'all, let's give Shay a hand. Let's give Shay a hand. Listen, I could go on and on, but you are here because you want to learn these strategies and I want to give them to you. So let's dive in. Before I tell you what I had to learn, before I tell you what I learned, let me tell you what I had to unlearn. And some of this may be some of the things that you need to unlearn as well that just might be holding you back. The 3 myths that were keeping me stuck. Myth number 1, I thought keynoting was the only way to get paid big from speaking. It just wasn't true, y'all. And drop a hashtag guilty in the chat. If you're on What's Up Instagram, join me in the webinar room. The link is in the chat, or the link is in my bio. Myth number 2, I thought I needed to be a motivational speaker to move an audience into action. How many of you think that? Myth number 3, I thought I had to sell from stage or invite people to a call on the spot to close deals. None of this was true. And here's what I discovered instead. This is my breakthrough moment. First of all, I'm a teacher and a coach, not a motivational speaker. Now, when I stopped trying to motivate people and started teaching a framework, everything shifted. I didn't need a long time slot. I didn't need a massive stage. My ideal buyers moved with urgency, not because I pitched them, but the framework did the work for me. Now, this is not to say that you cannot be a motivational speaker, right? And if you're listening to me, drop in the chat, what type of speaker are you? I'd love to know. This is not to say that you can't be a motivational speaker, but you need to incorporate your framework to your buy so that your buyers in the audience know that you have a solution to solve their problem. Let me know if that makes sense, right? You need to share your framework. Regina is a student success strategist. Let's go. Regina, I think I spoke to you. Did I speak to you? Let's go. Okay. Oh, what's up, Regina? Let's go. Let's go. All right. So there are three reasons. There are three reasons that I've seen that has many speakers struggling to consistently land clients after their talk. And here are the three reasons. You are either on the wrong stage, right? So you're speaking to audiences that are not aligned with your ideal client profile or offer. You are either making the wrong offer or no offer at all. How many of y'all are guilty of that? Do you even have an offer to make from the stage? You're either making the wrong offer and no offer at all. And, again, you're not making any clear, compelling, direct offer for people to work with you. Or you don't have an intentional system. You lack a structured process to move audience members from interested into a client conversion, right? But drop a let's go in the chat if you're ready to change that. Drop a let's go in the chat. What's up? Instagram, Facebook. Join me in the webinar room. Okay, I want to introduce you to a method that I call the ACC method, right? The only speaking to sales framework built for coaches, consultants, and entrepreneurs who want to convert rooms into revenue without a big stage or salesy pitch, sounding salesy. All right. So the A, everybody drop attract in the chat. Attract. We want to begin with the end in mind. This is what we're going to be going over tonight. All right. Everybody drop convict in the chat. Convict. You need to get people in your world, right? And I'm going to tell you why. That is the most effective route to go when you're trying to convert someone into a sale. And then everybody drop convert in the chat. C for convert. You want to turn attendees into buyers. All right. Attract, convict, and convert. Let's break that down. So secret number one is you need to attract and begin with the end in mind so you can get booked on the right stages and speak in front of the right audience that is qualified. Okay. So when we are talking about attraction, here's what most people think and why it costs them. They think it's not appropriate for me to tell people about working with me from stage, right? The organizer will be offended if I try to sell the audience, or the audience will be turned off if I pitch from stage. This is holding us back, right? Here's what happens when you think that. You end up limiting your ability to help people who need you the most and would have moved if only you gave them a reason to. You leave money on the table and impact on the table every single time, even when the organizer is your biggest cheerleader. You want to know one of the main things when I was an event planner that my goal was that my partners, my sponsors, the speakers, that they felt that they got a value out of out of the event as well. Or you assume that they'll find you after the event. Oh my gosh, how many of us are guilty of this? We assume that they'll find us after the event, when in actuality, most people move on before the event ends. That's the truth. Now, let's talk about this. Here we go. There are 3 ways to get booked on stages. Come on now, act right in front of people. All right. All right. So, where are we? Here we go. Okay. Sorry about that, y'all. Let me get my slides together. Okay, so we want to get on the right stages. Before you speak anywhere, you want to ask, where are my ideal buyers already showing up and paying to solve a related problem? So let me know in the chat what your industry is, right? If you're in health and wellness, then you want to look for boot camps, health clubs, wellness retreats. If you're in business, you want to look for networking events, summits, and conferences. And if you're in empowerment, so you're a motivational speaker, you are a transformational speaker, transformational coach, you want to look at empowerment events. I know I have women up here, but it could be men's or women empowerment events, women's groups, associations, and clubs. Okay, I see we have someone in education, right? So again, you are going to probably focus on empowerment and business, right? Associations. Now, here's my rule of thumb. I want to know, are they paying to be in the room or are they paying to be a part of a community that that room is curated for? Here's why. People demonstrate their habits by demonstrating their habits, right? If they are investing to get in the room that solves an adjacent problem, right, or has an adjacent interest to what you do, they just might pay you to help you solve their problem, right? Now, there's 3 ways to get booked on these stages, right? And you want to expand your reach to find new opportunities and connect with your ideal audience. The first way is to book a stage. Now, this is going to be like your traditional method that includes answering call for speakers, joining the speakers bureau, and strategically building your own platform. Excuse me. You can buy stages, right? You can invest in opportunities to speak on stage where your ideal audience is already gathered and engaged. Or you can borrow stages. You want to leverage existing communities and networks by securing speaking slots on other people's established stages. Now, your question is probably, well, Coach Nick, how do I book, buy, or borrow these stages? Let me run some game to you. So I teach a concept to my clients called the circle of network. You already have access to the stages you need to be successful. How many of you have ever heard of the 6 degrees of separation? Right? Have you ever heard that philosophy? What's up? Hey, Alicia. The 6 degrees of the of separation is a theory that suggests that any 2 people are already connected by a maximum of 6 social connections or acquaintances, right? Everyone's circle of network is different, and here is mine. So in your circle of network, you have what are called ambassadors, right? For me, my ambassadors are my friends and families when I was starting my business, right? These are people who will let you leverage their networks to get on stages or vouch for you to get on stages that they have access to. Then you have your warm audience. For me, that was acquaintances and social media networks, right? These are people who already know, like, and trust you. They may not necessarily be at your core. They may not necessarily be an ambassador, but they already know, like, and trust you. Think social media, think your coworkers, if you have a 9 to 5, think colleagues, organizations you're a part of. Then we want to expand that, right? So organizations and networks, events, and meetings, right? So your job is to identify what is your circle of network. Then you want to approach, and then you want to ask, can I book a stage? Can I borrow a stage? Or can I buy a stage? Here's what that looked like for me, specifically to the Tiny Talks. So when I did this, I did 2 talks. I'm focused on 2 talks that made me over $23,000. One was a 1-minute talk at a virtual business conference where attendees were actively seeking strategies to grow their business. Perfect alignment, right? Matter of fact, I was a part of the community. They were having an event. We had to pay to go to the event. Then they were offering speaking spots. Hey, you can have a spot for $97. It's a 1-minute talk. Yeah, let me do it. I just need a minute, right? I paid $97 for that. Now, listen, I know some of y'all are probably like, you paid to get on stage. Listen, is it worth I made $23,000. Was that $97 worth it? Y'all tell me yes or no. Yes or no. Was that worth it? Yes, of course it was, right? Then I did a 10-minute talk, and this was a mindset coach's paid weekly community. Remember, we want people who either paid to be in the room or they paid to be a part of a community that that room was curated for. So people all were already investing in themselves. They were warm, they were motivated, they were ready. I borrowed this stage, right? Said, hey, you have a community. I would like to come and do a talk on your call, on your weekly call. At the end of that call, I'm going to make an offer. Anyone that works with me, I will give you a cut of the revenue, right? And he invited me back multiple times to do that talk, right? So 11 minutes, 11 minutes, and I'm going to break down how that converted into over $23,000. All right, now, once you get on the right stage, now you need to know, like, okay, what do I say? How do I create a talk in 1 minute that converts? I'm going to teach you the framework. Again, I'm not bragging. I just want y'all to know that I know what I'm talking about. So this is an event that I spoke at last year twice. They invited me to speak twice, called Speakapalooza, and I always end up in the top 7. And mind you, there are like 100 speakers, right? And again, I use this same framework. So when we are creating our talks or delivering our talks, we want to say the right thing and always make an offer. Just remember those two things. Say the right thing and always make an offer. So the first step is that you want to create an attention grabber. This is where you open with either a compelling hook or you just grab their attention. I'm going to show you at the end of the training my actual talk. I started out singing, right? But I also was saying things that grabbed their attention and kept their attention. Then you want to transition into why they should care, right? So we want to state a bold claim and a promise, and we want to let them know what is the value of you listening to me instead of playing on your phone or doing the million and one other things that you're doing to multitask. Then you want your aha moment. Now, your aha moment is you teaching your framework, right? And there's different ways to do that. I can't go into all of that now, but essentially you want to teach a framework. Drop in the chat, whether you're in the Zoom room with me or you're looking at me on social media, do you have a framework? And if you do, what is the name of that framework? Let me know in the chat. All right. So you want to teach your framework, teach a concept. All right. Okay. Regina has the You Belong Here framework. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. Ashley has the 7 P's. Okay. What does the P stand for? All right. So essentially, you want to create an aha moment by teaching your framework. Then this is the most important part. If you get everything else wrong, just do this. You want to invite them in, and not just invite them in, you want them to take an action to opt into your world. Why? Because when you take leadership over the sales process, then you are in control. If you don't take leadership over the sales process, then they are in control and you leave conversion up to chance, right? Now, it's not just enough to invite them into your world. You have to incentivize action, right? People don't move unless you give them a reason to. So you want to create incentives. This is how you can create urgency, scarcity, or fast action bonuses for them to take the action, right? So let me know in the chat if this is making sense. All right. Let me know in the chat if this is making sense. All right. Attention grabber, why they should care, build an aha moment, invite them in your world, incentivize them to take action. 5 steps. All right. All right. Now, we talked about attracting, right? We talked about attracting. The first C in the ACC method is to convict. You need to create a virtual event to get people into your world and learn how to make your audience say, yes, I want that. Here's the thing, right? Yes, you can create a lead. Yes, you can create a PDF checklist. You could create a toolkit. You could do all of those things. The most converting lead magnet, and a lead magnet is just, again, your free offer from stage, is a virtual event. Let me tell you why. No matter how great you are, most people will forget about you after the talk. And that's not me being mean. That is me stating facts, right? And let me just show you the facts, okay? Um, Audience retention or memory retention. Immediately, audiences only remember 50% of a 10-minute presentation directly after it ends. Now, 24 hours later, get this, people often forget 70% or more of the information presented. Now, within 72 hours, let's say that person you're supposed to follow up with, and it's been 3 days that went past, 90% of the content is forgotten. When you create a virtual event, now they opt in the moment that emotions are high. In that moment that you've given them a taste of transformation, now they opt in and they're able to continue that transformation because they're in your world. You took leadership over the journey. You inspired them to take action. And now instead of forgetting you like a good night that they can't remember, you can send that, hey, big head text in the morning saying, remember me, right? Listen, creating a virtual event is one of the most highly converting lead magnets or offers you can make from stage to get people in your world. Right now, let's look at this as it relates to cold call. How many of you are taking sales calls to grow your business? Drop a me in the chat. All right. Now, some smart speakers, all right, they invite people to a call from stage. All right. They invite people to a discovery call straight from stage, or they try to close in the back of the room, before people leave, and they end up on calls with unqualified, guarded prospects. Now, here's what happens when you go that route. And this was the route that I was taught first coming out. And again, it works, but there's an easier way to convert people. Right? You sound like every other speaker on the stage making an offer. People forget you and they forget what you offered within hours. And then your show up rates tank because and your time get wasted on bad fit calls. Here's again, inviting people to a call can work sometimes, but you haven't built enough know, like, and trust with most of the audience. So some will sign up for the call, but they won't show up. Some won't even sign up because they're like, oh, it's a sales calls, right? Now we're building up sales resistance. Now we have to work 10 times harder for the sale. Let me show you. Now that's what smart speakers do. Let me show you what profitable speakers do. And when I go into this, I learned this from my time as an event planner. So let me take y'all back to 2012. It all started with the baby shower. Now, I didn't start as a speaker. I started as an event planner. I was hustling my way from a single baby shower. Y'all, I did the food, I did the decor, I did the invitations and the logistics. The baby mama was asking me to throw away some people's food and plates and trash. How many of you can guess how much I got paid from that event? How many of you can guess? Put it in the chat. How much do you think I got paid from that event? Let me know. $0. Now listen, I didn't know what I was doing, but I wasn't a fool, Regina. $100. $100 for all that work. And here's the thing, I just didn't know what I didn't know. I didn't know how to charge for my services. I didn't just check it. I didn't know how to charge for my services. I didn't know how to attract clients. I just knew how to plan an event. I just want to show up and do what I love. But then I invested and I started working with a coach to teach me the ropes about business. And I grew my business from working with that $100 baby shower to working with some of the biggest Fortune 500 companies in the country, like the Lupus Foundation, where I planned some of their largest events, Delta Airlines, Coca-Cola, BET, Bronner Brothers, NASCAR, and the list goes on, right? Now, here's what I learned from working with those big companies. While I was there to plan a meeting, while I was there to maybe plan a conference or serve as a trade show coordinator or maybe execute an activation, do you know what all of these companies had in common? They leveraged events to move their products and services. When I worked for the Bronner Brothers show, their goal was to sell products. Coca-Cola, they had launch events and activations to build awareness and sell their products. The BET Hip Hop Awards, they reached out to my company, my events company, to help with event staffing. Do you know what the secret is? The reason they host a show, and it's not just BET, it's any show you see on TV, is because it's not just to out of the goodness of their heart, and it's not just to celebrate the culture alone. It is to sell ad spots to their customers. You thought you were the customer as the viewer. The customers are the advertisers, right? That's at the highest level. Listen to me closely. If you are not hosting an event or a webinar, a virtual event is just a fancy word for a webinar, you are leaving money on the table. What I enjoyed most about my career as an event planner was that doing the events on a small scale for my small business owners and teaching them these same strategies and frameworks to help them grow their business was what I was passionate about. Now that's all I do, and I'm about to do the same for you. All right. Now, here's why this works so well and why you need to host a webinar, your own signature webinar, when it comes to converting more clients. Now, every element that you see on this wheel is what needs to not only happen naturally inside of your virtual event or your webinar, but it actually needs to happen in the sales process if you want to convert more. You need to build rapport and know, like, and trust along the process. You need to qualify this prospect. Can this person afford to work with me? Do they have a problem that I can solve? And am I going to enjoy working with them? Listen, I'm at the point now in my career. If I don't feel like we are aligned, I don't care how much you want to pay me, it is not worth the headache, right? Qualify the prospect. You need to build the 3 beliefs, all right? There's 3 beliefs you need to build in your sales process. The belief in you as the expert, the belief in your system, it will help them get to the result faster, quicker, more efficient. In the belief in them that they can do so with your help, right? You need to handle objections, right? You need to go ahead and handle those up front inside of your virtual event. Demonstrate the product or your offer or your program. You need to make the ask, right? And give them a call to action. A mentor of mine taught me this a while back, and it's stuck with me ever since. Immersion causes conversion. The more time your prospect spends with you, the less hesitant they are to spend with you because you've taken time to do all of this, right? Let's talk about cold calling or cold prospects versus warm prospects. So these are some stats for you to just kind of marinate on. Sales calls for cold leads typically have a 40 to 50% show up rate, while warm leads from a webinar often achieve 60 to 70% or higher, right? Webinar attendees are more engaged, leading to a higher commitment, right? Cold lead meetings are less likely to show up, resulting in lower conversions. Now, let's talk about the key performance differences, right? Y'all ever heard that term? Key performance indicators? Conversion rates, right? So warm leads convert at 5 to 15%, while cold leads convert at about 1 to 3%. Now, think about this, right? Would you rather spend 60 to 90 minutes going through that flywheel with your prospects, then getting on a call with them to close them into a high ticket offer? Or would you rather spend 1 out of 60 to 90 minutes, one at a time, doing all of that work, right? For them maybe to maybe not close, right? Why they differ: warm leads have already established relevance and trust through content consumption, right? Immersion causes conversion. Now, my first year in business, y'all, let me take you back to 2020. I still had my events company. I had a job at the time as an event manager. I had just closed $1 million contract, right? Just closed $1 million contract. Regina, I was given the bit larger corner office. Rachel, they shouted me out in stand up, Instagram. I thought I was legit. Then the pandemic came along. right? Pandemic came along and I thought I was good. My boss walked in and said, Nick, we don't know what this is going to do for the business and we have to lay you off. Now, you would have thought that they could find my salary in that $1 million that I just brought up in here. But how many of you know sometimes you're pushed out of your comfort zone and pushed into purpose? And that's exactly what I wake up every morning doing. Ready to stand in and on purpose. I love what I do. It doesn't even feel like work. How many of you want to do that, right? You just want to do what you love to do. Maybe you transform lives. Maybe you minister to people. Maybe you help people through their relationships, right? You just want to wake up doing what you love. Now, year one, I was just trying to figure things out. Okay. I was doing everything. I could be your VA, I could be your consultant, I could be your marketing assistant, and I made just about $10,000. Now, let me also back up. My first client was actually my godmom, and my godmom generated over $100,000 in 1 year, or in just a little bit over a year. Y'all give it up for Cynthia. See free if you're watching. And I was like, oh, I have something here because here's the thing. I was in events and I'm asking God, what am I going to do about my events business? When people are asking me, Nick, can you jump on a Zoom call and teach me how you build a business? We saw you work with Coca-Cola. We saw you do these big things. Can you show me how to start my business? And that's how I died. That's how I dove into this world of consulting, right? Comfortable getting uncomfortable. Let's go. Now, year one, I did about 10K, right? 10K in sales. Again, we was trying to figure out the pandemic, trying to figure out what this whole consulting world was. Year two, I took it a little bit more serious, and we generated over $64,000 in revenue in year two. Now, year three is the year that I implemented webinars, and I took out half of the services I mean, more than half of the services that I was offering. And this is the year that we crossed the six-figure mark when we implemented webinars and we stayed consistent with it. And we've grown since then to multiple six figures, right? If you are not leveraging webinars or virtual events to grow your business, you are leaving money on the table. Now, how many of you are currently doing six figures in your business? Let me know if you are on the way to six figures, if you have just crossed six figures, or if you're looking to add another six figures to your bottom line. Let me know in the chat, right? Webinars are the way to go. Let's go. Okay, we want to add another six figures. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. Now that we know we need to get on the right stages in front of the right people, now that we know that on that stage, we need to invite them into a virtual event or a webinar, a conversion event, right? Now the third C is convert. You want to create an intentional process that turns attendees into buyers now and later. You're going to learn the exact process that I use to close over $23,250 from a single virtual event. All right. Now, before we dive into the process, we need to know your buyers. There are two types of buyers in every room. There are emotional buyers. They decide in the moment. They're moved by a story, energy, urgency. The pain is so bad that they are ready to invest in the solution to their problem, right? Now, you also have logical buyers. Logical buyers, they need time to process. They're cold, or they're not cold, they're careful, right? So you're going to indoctrinate them. They need to see that you know what you're talking about. And also, they may not necessarily convert on the webinar. They may convert after the webinar, right? In your nurture sequence, your free resources, and your follow-ups, right? Don't abandon this group. The money is in the follow-up. Drop money bags in the chat. The money is in the follow-up, right? Your conversion system must be built to capture both, right? Or you're only selling to half the room. So let me break down my numbers for you, okay? So, the conversion blueprint. Actually, let me go over this before I break down the numbers. All right, moving too fast. I'm getting excited, y'all. I'm so excited. So step one is you want to build content around your offer, right? So what is it that you're offering for people to work with you? Is it one-on-one? Is it a program? Is it an event, right? You want your content to be to lead to you working with you being the obvious best next step, not a surprise pitch. Okay. Step number 2, you need to have a premium offer ready. Right now, I want y'all to drop in the chat the offer that you are selling or that you're focused on or you're getting ready to launch. How much is that offer? Drop in the chat. How much is that offer? We about to get into some things. About to get into some data and stats. Drop in the chat. How much is your main offer? All right, 500. Okay. Facebook, Zoom, what is y'all's offer? What would you like to charge if you don't have an offer? Or if you don't have an offer, just put, I don't have an offer. Let me know that. If you don't have an offer, put, I don't have an offer. Okay, that's okay. All right. All right. No, not yet. All right. So ideally, I like for my clients to start with $1,000 offer or more, right? Premium offers justify the investment in your system and amplifies your results. It's easier if you have a 100K goal. It's easier to sell $100,000 products or 50 $2,000 products, right? Or 10 $10,000 products than it is selling a $100 product, right? So you want to charge a premium, have a premium offer ready. You also want to have an intentional value first follow-up process, right? You want to have follow-up events, one-on-one calls, free resources, all designed to nurture, deliver value, and build a relationship. Mind you, these people have already opted into your world because they're interested, and the more content that they consume from you, the more likely they are to convert. All right. Then you want to keep them in your ecosystem. Be the next best option at the right time. Listen, I'm not going to lie to you like some of these other gurus that are out here in these streets. Everybody won't close on the webinar. You'll get some people to close on the webinar, but not everybody, right? Sometimes it truly isn't the right time. Sometimes it truly is, hey, I need this, or I need something higher. Maybe I want to work with you directly instead of, your group coaching program or whatever you're offering. You need to stay visible. You need to stay valuable. You need to stay top of mind, right? This is your conversion blueprint. Now, this is how this worked for me, okay? So, leads. All right, the 1 minute talk had 80 people in the room, and both of these are virtual. Had 80 people in the room. 30 people signed up for my virtual event. That's a 37.5% conversion rate. Then the 10-minute talk. Remember, this is with the mindset coach that I came and did a 10-minute talk on his weekly Zoom call. There were 20 people in that room. 13 people signed up. That's a 59% conversion rate. All right, remember, I told you we should be converting 30 to 40% of any room that we walk into. Right? So total leads from this. So I spoke to a total of 100 people in 11 minutes. And I got a total of 43 leads from those 100 people, right? People who signed up for my event. Now, I want to note a couple of things because I like to give y'all all the sauce. We did do an encore and leverage other mechanisms to fill the room. If you are interested in learning about those mechanisms, I will tell you more about that later, how you can learn about more strategies to fill your webinar. But I only want to focus on these 2 events, all right? Now, the show up rate for my event was 46%. 46% of people showed up to the event, and we closed 15 to 20%. 3 people closed on the webinar at $9,500. 4 people closed in the follow-up process at $13,750 for a total amount of $23,250. All right. Now, let me tell you, this was not all cash. Some people did payment plans. Some people paid into, it doesn't matter. If you had a $10,000 offer and I said, Regina, Rachel, Sam, Adam, Alicia, Q, Quez, I want the $10,000 offer. I just need a payment plan. Can I give you 5 now, 5 later? Are you saying yes or no? I mean, just keep it real. You saying yes or no? Yes, right? Let's go. I'm in a room with some business owners today. So this is what landed me over the $23,000. Again, here's my receipts. I'm all about receipts. So I know what I'm talking about. Again, you'll see, oops, I'm moving too fast. You'll see on the screen the screenshot of our pipeline and how many people closed. Again, I'm only counting those who closed from those 2 events. So that's why you see it a little bit higher. And then we also had people join after that as well, right? So again, we made over $23,000. All right, so here's the numbers. Now I'm about to put y'all to work a little bit, okay? So get your calculators out. All right, meet the people where they are. Let's go. Get your calculators out. Here's the breakdown. 43 leads captured from 100 people. $9,500. And again, my offer was like $3,000 to $6,000 that I made at that event. 3 people closed on the webinar, 4 people closed in the follow-up process that equaled over $23,250, right? Put in the chat, what is your 30-day goal? What is your 30-day revenue goal in your business? Next 30 days, how much do you want to make? Let me know. Next 30 days, how much do you want to make? $10K, okay? $5,000, okay? Who else? What do you want to make? Let's go, folks. 10K, 20K, okay? All right, let's plug in these numbers. If we want to get there, let's talk about how we get there. For my folks who want to make it, so I had somebody say 10K. Uh-oh, my computer's about to die. I had somebody say 10K. Change here. All right, so let's say you just did this, right? 35%. Now, again, I've been doing this for a long time. So I converted at, you saw like 49%, 35 and a half. Let's just say you just do 35% and you work with Coach Nick. So we get you higher than that. You speak in front of 100 people. That's 35 people, 35 leads in your world. Now, if you have a $1,000 offer, if you close 2 on the webinar, that's $2,000 on the webinar, $4,000 in the follow-up process for a $6,000 revenue launch. For my people who said 5K, y'all good with 6K? Can we do 6K in 30 days? Let's go. What's up, y'all? Join me in the webinar room. All right. All right. We got a sure. All right. Well, listen, I feel you. Let's push ourselves. Let's say we had a $2,000 offer, 35 leads. If we close 2 on the webinar, now we made 4K on the webinar. If we close 4 in the follow-up process, now we have $8,000 for a $12,000 launch. How many of you are okay with that? My people who said 10K, are y'all okay with 12K in 30 days? Yes, we are. Let's push the envelope a little bit more, right? Let's say we have a $5,000 offer, right? 35 leads, 2 of them close on the webinar, that's 10K. 4 of them close in the follow-up process, that's 20K, for a total of 30K in revenue from your mini talks. Are y'all okay with 30K in 30 days? I mean, yes or no, right? Plug in your numbers, right? And know your numbers. Now, these are a couple of my clients that implemented this process that saw amazing results. This is Kissy. Kissy is a relationship coach and a blogger. And this is what she said. Coach Nick showed me how to monetize my message and audience. When I started working with him, I was stuck and couldn't figure out how to grow my business. After implementing his strategy, I was able to generate over $20,000 in 30 days. Let's give Kissy a hand, y'all, because she put in the work and she executed the strategy. This is Cher. Cher is a romance author. And this is what she said. It took me 3 years to make $8,000 in my business as an author. After working with Nick and Christian is my business partner, I've almost 4x my revenue in less than 3 months with his webinar framework. So Cher is a romance author. We created a recurring offer, a membership offer in her business. And in 90 days, she generated over $14,000 in recurring. Y'all put recurring in the chat, revenue. Oh my gosh, if you learn that concept, you won't have any issues in business. Well, you have some, but recurring revenue in business, meaning every month those sales come through, right? This is just Sarah. This is what she had to say. She's a therapist and a sacred leadership coach. In just 45 days, I signed up 5 new coaching clients and made $15,500. I'm only $4,500 away from my 20K launch goal. Coach Nick's guidance on messaging, mindset, and strategy helped me show up with more confidence and clarity. From better social media posts to powerful sales calls, this community has been a game changer. Oh, and I also landed booked two podcasts. The portal is open. So here's the thing: when you have a signature framework, that now becomes something that is a commodity, right? And you become one of one. And you can take that on podcasts, you can turn that into a book, you can expand that into a talk, and the list goes on. This is Dr. Sue. Dr. Sue is a mind mastery architect and a spiritual life coach. And she said this: after working with Coach Nick, I went from struggling to make sales in my spiritual life coaching business to making $7,000 in just 2 weeks. My mind was absolutely blown. Listen, if you are not leveraging webinars and virtual events, I keep saying this, you are leaving money on the table, right? Now, here's a recap of what we just learned, right? So the ACC method: attract. We want to begin with the end in mind, right? Get on the right stages, say the right things, and always make a what? An offer. C stands for convict. Invite them into your world. Use a virtual event to control the process and execute the immersion causes conversion philosophy, right? And then the last C is convert. You want to have a system that closes now and later. And you want to build your content around that system, or you want to build your content around your offer. You want to follow up with value and be the next best option when your buyer is ready, right? Now, how many of you are going to implement this system? Drop a me in the chat. How many of you are ready to implement this system in your business? Give me a yes in the chat. Give me a yes. Let me ask you this. Have you gotten value so far? Drop a yes in the comments. Drop a yes in the chat. Have y'all gotten value so far? Was this valuable? Let's go. What's up, Crush? What's up, Cheryl? All right. Now that you've learned the high level strategy, right? We both have two choices. Choice A is that you could go and try to do this on your own and figure it out. Sure, right? You could spend the next 2 years piecing together different strategies, and a lot of people do try that. And a lot of people stay stuck, right? Doing exactly that. But the people who want to grow faster, the people who want to monetize faster, the people who position themselves for faster, they get in rooms with people who already built the roadmap to what they want to do, right? You don't need more information. You need implementation. You need strategy. You need feedback, and you need proximity. All right, I'm gonna be very direct here. Now, my choice A is to end this training right here. And for some people, this information will inspire them for the next 48 hours, and they'll go right back to doing business the way that they did before this webinar, right? But for the serious people in the room, the ones who actually want to implement this, the ones who are tired of inconsistencies, the ones who are ready to monetize their expertise and structure their confidence, I've created something specifically for you, and that's my choice B, right? Choice B is we could partner for success to go deeper, right? That's choice B. How many of you would like me to pull back the curtain on my sales process, show you what goes in the webinar, show you how to get people to sign up, show up, and convert? Give me a B in the chat if that's you. That's choice B, right? A few of you on this call and in the comments, right, came to the call today because maybe you tried everything and that business is still not where you want it to be. You know that there's more and you're committed to success no matter what. That's choice B. Who am I talking to? Where are my choice B's at, right? See, I'm just looking for a few people who are tired of sitting on ideas and they're ready to go to the next level. That's choice B, right? If you're choice A, hey, feel free to hang out. Choice B, I want to talk to you, right? So I want to show you how to not only create your virtual event, but other ways to fill it with potential buyers and not attendees, right? And I will also want to show you how to create content in a way that attracts, convicts, and converts. And I want to show you the exact system and process to close sales and grow your business in the next 90 days. Do y'all want to hear that? Put a I'm ready in the chat. If you would like to hear more, let me know. Instagram, y'all hot. Why y'all not in the Zoom room? Come on in. All right. So I want to invite you to the How to Sell More with Webinars 3-day challenge. Give me 3 days to teach you everything I know about selling more of your products and services with webinars. It's taking place June 16th through the 18th from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Listen, you don't want to miss this event. Give me 3 days and I'll show you exactly how to turn your offer into a premium price solution that people will happily pay for. For those of you who said you don't even have an offer, we're nailing this on day one. I'm going to show you how to create content that converts a cold audience into buyers. And I'm going to show you how to sell without being salesy, even if you hate pitching. And I'm going to show you how to put a system in place to automate consistent leads and make you money in your sleep, all the while staying true to your personality, your style, and your values. Day one, we're covering the profitable webinar strategy. You're going to discover the one presentation profit plan and discover how any business owner can sell their products and services with just one signature presentation. This is not you creating millions of different presentations. One signature presentation and scaling it. The second thing we're covering on day one is the unlimited lead strategy. Speaking is just one path to leads. There are other paths that I'm going to teach you as well. You'll learn the top foolproof strategies on how to quickly and consistently fill your webinars and virtual event with qualified leads without posting 3 times a day or begging friends and family to attend. And then the third thing that we're covering is the webinar selling system. So you're going to get the step-by-step blueprint to build a webinar machine that allows you to make more impact and generate more revenue even while you sleep. So that's day one. We got a lot to cover on day one. How many of you know already you need this? Put a yes in the chat. Put a yes in the comments. Day two, we're going to take a deep dive on crafting your compelling content that not only strategically attracts your ideal audience, but also guides them seamlessly towards becoming a paying customer. So you're going to learn the attract and convert content formula, exactly what to say, how to craft a webinar that moves your audience from cold to customer in one session. And then the premium pricing formula. How many of you want to charge more for your products and services? How many of you are not even charging at all? Can I show you how to create a high ticket product, a premium product? Right? I'm going to give you my proven method for positioning any product or service as a premium high ticket offer your audience will gladly pay a premium for. That's day two. Now, day three is the Confident Closer Blueprint. This is the one-to-many sales training that I'm going to show you how to sell to groups instead of chasing individuals, so you close more sales with less effort and more freedom without being salesy. And then I'm going to show you my 6-figure follow-up sequence. You're going to learn the strategy to follow up with non-buyers to increase your revenue and maximize sales. Y'all, I am giving you everything that I can in these 3 days. If you've ever said, I want to learn how to sell my knowledge and expertise, if you've ever said, I've been thinking about doing a webinar, Nick, I've been thinking about doing a virtual event and I just need to know how. Or maybe you're like, I don't know how to transition to the pitch. I need a real strategy to get clients. I'm speaking, but no one's buying. This is exactly what you have been waiting for. Look, if you're anything like most coaches and service providers and e-commerce and entrepreneurs that I talk to, you're really good at what you do, right? But when it comes to selling your offer, you're either getting lost in a maze, right? You're getting lost in a million and one strategies that you looked at on YouTube, or you're wasting time chasing leads, right? Now, I want you to breathe because I got you. I created this challenge for people who are done making excuses and ready to make money. Who was that? Right? Give me a me in the chat. Right? And so if you know that this is for you, I want you to jump in a minute when we drop the link. All right? 3 days, we are going to teach you strategy that has the potential to totally shift the way you do business and position you as the leader, the speaker, the business owner that you deserve to be in the market. Listen, put me in the game, coach. Right? It's time for you to jump in. Now, let's talk about the investment. The normal investment for the general admission in the challenge is $97. And that's a steal. I have clients who pay me $25,000 for this same strategy that I'm breaking down to you in 3 days. Right? So $97 is a steal. But even, and I'm not gonna charge that today, but even if I was charging that, is that worth it? Are those 3 days worth it, even if I was charging that? If you walked away and you just landed 1 to 2 clients in the next 30 days at whatever rate you charge now or what you learn to charge after the challenge, would it be worth it? Give me a yes in the chat. Right? I can't take the knowledge away from you. You walk away with tools, knowledge, and strategy to begin implementing immediately, right? So I'm not going to charge 97 today. For general admission, the investment is only $47, right? $47 for the first 2 people that jump in. Now, we're going to drop this link and I want you to jump in and take action. But I also have a couple additional bonuses for you, team. You could drop that in the chat. If you're on social media, you could go to selling. Let me drop this. Selling with webinars. Sellingwithwebinars.com/register. /register. Let me put this over here. All right. Go to sellingwithwebinars.com/register. If you're here with me on Zoom, my team is dropping that link in the chat and pinning it to the top so that you can jump in now and take advantage of the reduced rate. Now, if you are serious, I'm going to encourage you to invest and upgrade to VIP. Standard VIP comes with a VIP virtual pre-networking event. Let me tell you, the last time we did this, people walked out with book stages, people walked out with sales calls, and people walked out with clients. No lie, I could send you the replay. You need to be at this virtually. You need to be at this networking event, right? You get a private Q&A with me. So every day before the challenge, you jump on the call an hour before and you can ask questions. All right. So you can ask questions and get coaching for your specific offer or framework or your specific business. You get a challenge workbook. You get and my 11K webinar walkthrough where I made 11K on a 90-minute webinar without ads. And then you get 7 days access to the replay. That is standard VIP. Executive VIP, you get all of that plus more. You get priority hot seat coaching. So you're first. You get Voxer access to me during the challenge. So you can Vox me, which is just a walkie-talkie app on your phone. You can Vox me questions, workshop with me throughout the day outside of the challenge. And then you get a one-on-one post-challenge recap call with me to review your notes and what you're implementing. Then you get 30 days access to the replay. Normal investment for VIP is $197. The normal investment for executive VIP is $297. When you jump in now, Lord, don't get left behind. You get it up to $100 off for VIP. So standard VIP is $97. Executive VIP is $197. Yes, Shay, go to sellingwithwebinars.com/register. All right. Jump in now. This is for those who take action now. Now, I am also going to add in a couple of fast action bonuses when you jump in right now. For my action takers, the first bonus is the Create Your 1-Minute Talk Training and Review. This is super valuable for speakers who want to learn the 1-minute talk that I'm going to show you in a few minutes here. Right? I'm going to show you how to craft your 1-minute talk that hooks people and gets them interested in what you do. And you'll even get a personalized review from me if you upgrade to VIP. I try to get everybody, but depending on how many people we have for the challenge, I prioritize VIP first. The second bonus is the sellable framework. How many of you struggle with communicating what you do and what result you help people get and how you help them get that result? So I'm giving you access to a coaching call where I help one of my clients work this out. So she has a book that has a framework to help women live their best lives and be their best selves. And I actually broke this down and how she can put this into a framework. You can take this and leverage it for to build your own sellable framework. And the third bonus is the conversion conversations training. This is all about turning casual conversations into actual leads. Okay. Imagine going to any event and having a conversation, knowing exactly how to pivot into a business opportunity. My best friend will call me in the middle of the night because he's in California. I'm in Atlanta. He's in PST. I'm in EST. He'll call me in the middle of the night. He'll say, "Hey, I know somebody who wants to start a business, and I told him you were my coach because he's also a client, and I told him that you can help them here, right?" And he'll pass them the phone, and he will tell you, you'll see in the training because he's in there too. 100% of the time, I'm always booking a call from those conversations, right? So you get that training. These bonuses are worth the investment of the challenge, and they're available to those of you who act fast. Now I want to do something extra special, right? So this is the live offer revamp for the first two people who upgrade to either of the VIP packages. I will personally revamp your offer live during the challenge. Now, for the first person who upgrades to executive VIP, I will demonstrate selling your offer live. That's a steal, right? These exclusive bonuses are for committed challengers who get VIP to upgrade. Now, that link is in the chat. You could go to sellingwithwebinars.com/register to get started today. All right, so here's all of what you're getting. You're getting day one, the profitable webinar strategy. Day two, creating content that attracts, convicts, and converts. And then the confident closer blueprint training. And then again, for those of you, you can join at any level. First two people who join at the VIP level, I'm going to demonstrate how to sell your offer. And for those of you who join at the first person to join at the executive VIP level, I'm going to sell you your offer. All right. This is a steal. How long are you going to wait on the sidelines? You're watching the gurus make the impact you're supposed to be making. They're getting the clients that you should be getting, being the expert that you know you are. Let me tell you something. You are the guru. You are the expert. You've been wondering, when is it my turn? Coach is here to tell you that now is your turn. So what will it be? Are you going to do what the 99% of people do, which is continue to try to do it on your own and try to figure it out, going back, doing the same thing? Or are you the 1%? You're ready to take action. You're betting on yourself. You're investing in getting help, implementing a strategy that works. If you're the top 1%, put me in the game, coach, right? And click the link and join. All right. I also want to give you an opportunity to make money before the challenge even begins. So we unlocked a program for our last challenge that once you enroll, you're going to get an affiliate link. Anyone that uses your link to sign up for the challenge, you get 25% of the revenue. You can make your money back even before you join the challenge. Okay. So listen, this is a no-brainer. This is a steal. I want you to hear what some of the participants from our recent challenges have said about their experience. And then we're going to come back and I'm going to show you the 1-minute talk that I did that landed me over $20,000, $23,250 in revenue. All right. So let's listen to what some of our past challengers had to say.
Sure. My biggest takeaway was Coach Nick's response to me, how he has those frameworks that he uses for titles. And that is key. Because for me, a framework keeps me within certain boundaries that ensure success.
If you are ready to pick that money up off the table, let me get a let's go.
Said we don't have to do the like, know, and trust all on the closing on that one call. Getting them to like you, know you, trust you, understand you prior to that initial call helps a lot. I didn't consider that.
Last 4 or 5 years, we've been helping entrepreneurs just like you on this call go to the next level, turn their ideas into profit, turn their ideas into 6 and multiple 6, and some will do 7 figures this year.
Seeing the importance of follow-up in the past. You know, I've done a few free calls and they worked, it helped, and I never followed up and they never bought from me because I didn't follow up. So I know I need to get my follow-up in order.
You don't need followers. Oh my God. You don't need followers, you need buyers. Y'all, as soon as I realized that, my entire focus and priorities changed. Okay.
I just encourage people to attend if they haven't, because this is something that really is eye-opening, and he's very relatable, and he's, I guess I can say, just truthful. He's gonna bring it down and tell you like it is and tell you what it isn't. And I like that about this presentation, because it's relatable and it's really understandable to a point where a fifth grader can do it. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense.
If you want to get people to move, you got to incentivize them to take the next step.
Like, he just keeps on giving you clarity on top of clarity on top of clarity on top of clarity until you cannot deny what you see. So that's what I love about Nick. He breaks it down to crumbs. Like, you can't deny what you see.
That's your marketing strategy. This is how you're filling your webinar. And you're not just filling your webinar with anybody. You're filling your webinar with qualified leads.
You take my mass confusion and you simplify, to put things in perspective. I'm starting a podcast. I'm doing my own solo podcast. I'm doing a co-hosting podcast. I've got the business that I revamped. It's a lot. My book, I've got a book that I'm launching in a couple of weeks. I'm just so blessed that you are in my life.
My big takeaway was the shifting my way I think about sales from transformation is in the transaction, because I really want to get my work out there, and I'm not going to get it out there if I'm not making the transaction.
Well, you really know how to break things down. I think you're still standing there. So I really appreciate that.
And so since I had attended the free thing, I had 114 people will sign up.
Listen, let's go. That link is in the chat. If you're watching me on social media, you can go to sellingwithwebinars.com/register. The challenge takes place June 16th through the 18th from 7 to 9 p.m. If you get VIP, you're able to come an hour early and get extra coaching and Q&A, right? So take action now, because at some point, y'all, we have to stop consuming and start building. At some point, you have to stop saying, I'm trying to figure it out, while watching other people with the exact knowledge you already know you need. And I believe for some of you, this is that moment. Not next month, not eventually, not I'll do it later, not when everything feels perfect, right now. Because the truth is, your business does not change because you want it to. It changes because you make a decision to move. You make a decision to take action. And right now, that decision is laying in front of you at the How to Sell More with Webinars Challenge. General admission is only $47 when you take action right now. VIP is $97 and executive VIP is $197. We'll have to update our slides. You get all of the bonuses. You get access to all 3 days. And if you do VIP, you get some additional time with me, and you get to go a little bit deeper. Now, some of you on this call are watching this replay. Your roadblock might be, I need to think about it, or I need to pray on it. Now, listen, I'm a man of faith, all right? And one thing that I know is that faith without work is dead. I want to challenge us in this moment that on our approach, when we say, I need to think about it, I want to pray on it. See, if you're anything like me, you have been thinking about your business. You always pray about your business, right? And I want you to think about what were you praying for, and what were you thinking about for your business? The opportunity that's in front of you right now, does it align with what you were praying for? Does it align with the trajectory that you're taking your business? If it does, it's time for you to make a decision, right? Either it's in alignment or not in alignment, but it's time for you to make a decision, right? I don't want you to make an excuse, because you're either going to make excuses or you're going to be successful, but you are not going to do both, right? I want to challenge you, for those of you thinking about it and praying on it, you've already thought about it and prayed about it long enough. It's time for you to take action, all right? Now, let me talk to the people who are in this place of allowing the, I don't know if this will work for me, get in the way, or maybe you're dealing with a little bit of doubt and fear. You might be asking yourself, is this worth the risk? Here's what I would like to coach you through and reposition that way of thinking, that framing of thinking. Anytime we get ready to go to the next level, there should be some level of hesitation. When we go to the next level, there's a little bit of uncertainty. When we go to the next level, there's a little bit of anxiety. Because fear is a human response. When you're leaving your comfort zone, in one of my trainings, I talk about this. When you're leaving your comfort zone, you are growing, right? Entrepreneurship is jumping off the cliff and building the plane on the way down. How many of you have ever heard of that? When you're standing on the edge of that cliff, you're supposed to feel adrenaline. You're supposed to feel, should I do this, right? You're supposed to feel, is this the right move? Right? But here's the thing, you'll never know until you try. You'll never fly until you leap. And you'll never accomplish anything until you take a chance on yourself. Right? And if you don't step out into the unknown, the question is not whether or not will this work. The question is, am I willing to be committed to doing something different to get a different result? I don't need you to be ready. I need you to be willing, right? Anytime I join anything or invest in anything or sign up for anything, and mind you, I've paid thousands of dollars in my own coaching, education, and mentorship. There's never a time where I'm asking myself, will this work? I'm asking myself, will I work for it? Will I work for it? Right? It's not I can't, it's how can I? And I'm going to challenge you that even in this moment where you may feel a little uncertain, even in this moment where you feel a little bit of fear, I want you to enter a space where you're willing and you're committed to your success more than you're committed to your excuses, more than you're committed to your limiting beliefs, more than you are committed to the fear or the doubt, right? Take the step, all right? All right, again, this is what you are getting on the screen all 3 days. I'm going to show you the 1-minute talk that I did. And again, when you enroll inside of the challenge, you get a training to create your 1-minute talk. And if you get VIP or upgrade to VIP, you get my feedback on that training. So I'll show you this, and then we'll close out the call.
All right. And next up, we have Nicholas Marquis, affectionately known as Coach Nick, is a powerhouse business coach and launch strategist who believes every dream deserves a strategy. He's helped everyday entrepreneurs build extraordinary results, and today he's bringing that same fire to help you unlock your next level of success. Welcome, Coach Nick.
$129,800. Shout out to the rent fans in the building. Listen, not only was I able to pay my rent, but y'all, that's what I saw on my sales report at the end of my first 6-figure year. And not because I had a huge following on social media or a big email list, but because I hosted webinars. If you are not using webinars to grow your business, you're leaving money on the table. But drop webinar in the chat if y'all ready to pick that money up. I'm inviting you to my How to Sell Anything with Webinars 3-day on-demand challenge. I'm going to walk you through the 3 moves you need to be successful with this thing. Number 1, how do you build a room that's full of ready-to-buy leads to throw money at you? Number 2, how do you create content that attracts, convicts, and converts? And then number 3, you need a system that allows you to automate the whole thing and make sales in your sleep. I've used this strategy to build my own 6-figure business, and my clients have done the same. Tickets are $97, but for the first 8 of you, the tickets are totally free. Now click the link in the chat and let's get to this bag.
All right, thanks. Amazing, Nick. People want to know if you're going to sing.
Wicked is coming out.
Wicked is next. All right, it was Rent today. We're doing Wicked next. If y'all don't know what we're talking about, please get to the theater. My God. All right. Amazing, Nick. What an amazing opportunity, right? Using webinars, right? That's speaking, guys, by the way. That's speaking. Using a speaking platform, building your own stage. So Nick has some hot tips to help you do that and monetize it. Next is Unsinkable Sue Yelvington, and she is a lifelong entrepreneur who's built thriving businesses in sales, real estate, and coaching by empowering women to believe.
That's how it's done, y'all.
She became a married paid record.
So here's the strategy that I just did. Hey, Jonetta. Oh, Jonetta, I owe you a call. So here's the strategy that I just did. So one of the fastest ways you can fill your webinars and just get leads, period, is through speaking. And I just did a 1-minute talk, right? So I did a 1-minute talk. I gave them value. I captured their attention, and then I made an offer on the back end. And I want y'all to see the leads in live time that's coming in. Literally, oh, let me wipe my screen. Everywhere you see, these are leads, and they're still coming in, right? So people are signing up from this talk that I did for my next webinar. This is how you fill your webinar. It doesn't matter if you have a whole bunch of followers on social media. It doesn't matter if you have a big email list. You need to use the 3 fast paths to leads. So listen, if y'all want to learn this strategy, DM me the word, what did I put? DM me the word speak so I can teach you how to do this. I just literally took 1 minute and I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And it's still going, right? That's people who registered for my next training. So if you want to learn how to grow your business using webinars, presentations, speaking, and all the strategies that I use for my clients to fill their webinars, make sure you DM me the word speak or DM me the word webinars, and I'll teach you how. Okay, let's go. Y'all have a good afternoon.
All right, y'all, that's how it's done. Drop in the comments, drop in the chat what you thought. What you thought of the 1-minute talk. Again, when you sign up for the challenge, I'm actually going to do give you access to a training to help you create your 1-minute talk. And then if you are VIP, I will prioritize giving you feedback first, right? So again, the challenge is open. Join now. If you are watching me on Facebook, Instagram, or any of the other platforms, the website is sellingwithwebinars.com/register, and you can take advantage of the reduced pricing that we have for a limited time. General admission is $47, right? General admission gets you in the room. Standard VIP is $97. Standard VIP gets you in the room at our private networking event, as well as you get to get some private time with me to ask questions and get coaching about how this can be implemented inside of your particular business. Executive VIP is $197. That gets you in the room, that gets you all of that, but you also get a post-call challenge one-on-one with me. And you also get Voxer access to me outside of just the challenge hours during the challenge, and some more really, really good goodies. The entrepreneurs who win are not the ones collecting information. The ones who win are the ones who are implementing proven systems. What I am teaching you inside of this challenge is not theory. This is the exact strategy that helped me grow a multiple 6-figure business and help my clients generate real revenue. Dr. Sue, who made over $7,000 in just 2 weeks. Kissy, who generated $20,000 in just 30 days. And then Cher, a romance author who generated over $14,000 in recurring revenue in just 90 days. The question is not whether this works. The question is whether you are ready, finally ready, to begin implementing and getting some support in growing your business. Y'all, this has been an amazing training. I hope that you got value. Listen, drop in the comments if you are watching the replay or if you're in the room with me, what was your biggest takeaway from the training? And at the end of the day, I want you to remember that you deserve to thrive and not just survive. For some of you, I'll see you at the top. I'll see you in the challenge. And for the rest of you, it has been a pleasure serving as your coach for the last 90 minutes. Let's go, y'all. Remember to speak, to sell, and I'll see you in the challenge.